Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Just Noise. Today, I am joined with some lovely, lovely friends of mine who run Erin LeCount HQ. Would you like to introduce yourself? Katie, do you want to go first?
Yeah, hi, I'm Kay. I'm from England and I'm one half of Erin HQ.
Ma, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Miriam, but everyone calls me Mar. Feel free to call me anything you want. Very cute. Mar, anything. I'm from Egypt and Seychelles, but I live in Dubai and I am a social media content creator.
Very nice. We have Ma's camera off today because there was a 15-second delay with the camera on and it was proving to be challenging. So we're imagining Ma joining us today. She is
If
there. We
anything, yeah, if anything, I have brown, short, curly hair. That's it.
We'll just dub in a photo of Ma for the whole episode.
Yeah.
Lovely. So I'm going to start with some get to know questions. It's something that I like to do on the podcast. It's a bit silly, but it's just so everyone gets to know you a little bit better as a person. My question that I've been told I have to ask on every episode by my friend is, what is your favourite way to eat a potato? So whoever wants to go first.
Um, I think a roast potato is the best potato.
Solid with some gravy.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
I think a mashed potato hits.
Ooh,
It's just the best. Little
very
salt and
nice.
pepper. Classic.
Favourite Erin LeCount song? On theme, obviously.
Will we do unreleased or released?
We can do one of each if you like.
Oh,
That's hard.
that is really hard. I mean, I think everyone knows my favourite unreleased is Machine Girl God, without a doubt.
Classic.
Um, my favourite released? Oh no, this is really hard. I actually don't know.
What's your favourite release today?
Right now, this second, song that's coming to my head is Sweet Fruit.
Solid choice. It's hard to have
Solid.
an overall favourite, I get
It
that.
is.
Yeah.
No?
I can go for I have, oh my God, this is actually really hard. Okay. m- I'm gonna rank them. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Top two, top two unreleased has to be God Knows I Will and, oh my God, Let You Down Gently. Let You
Very
Down
nice.
Gently is the best. Released, I'll say the one I'm listening to the most is, I can't even choose. How did you choose? I'm gonna say Heaven. I'm gonna say Heaven's one of my favorite. It's
My
so
favourite.
cute.
It's such a good song. Lovely. Favourite colours?
Oh, that I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Pink and purple,
You're repping the
100%.
pink today. So am I.
Yeah, even my water bottle's pink.
My camera's off, but I'm also repping pink today, guys. I swear. Oh my God. Okay,
All on
my
theme.
favorite color is yellow.
Very nice. I've gone for favourites, by the way. They're all favourite questions, and I don't know if I
Oh,
did that intentionally or not. Favourite season?
oh, this is so on brand with Erin. Um, oh, I don't know. Maybe spring. I
Nice.
used to be autumn, but now spring, I feel like it's just like sunny and it's
Happy
just
medium.
peaceful. Yeah.
Yeah. Ma?
Yeah. I think autumn. Yeah.
I don't like the drastics. I'm with both of you there. I like the little in between seasons.
Yeah.
Favorite fruit, which I didn't actually have written down, but I'm thinking you said Erincourt, and I feel like favorite fruit is very Erincourt.
Hmm.
I gotta go with
Maybe,
mango.
I love mango. Maybe strawberries. I
Very
love a
nice.
Yeah.
strawberry.
Both good choices. Although I'm a dried mango girl. Love a bit of dried mango. And last one, favorite film.
Oh, Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Great.
All the way.
I feel like the majority knows my favorite movie. It's Mamma Mia.
Very nice. Very good choices. I wanted to ask you both to talk a little bit about how you found Erin and the reasons that you really love her music.
So, when did I find Erin? I think I found Erin in, it was like late 2023. when she was promoting I Know the End and White Ferrari. And at that exact moment, I was like, I am obsessed with you. I was like, you love Phoebe, I love Phoebe. That's it. But Erin's music's just everything. Like, I genuinely can't think of someone more deserving to do any of this because it's just so heartfelt and so incredible just from everything that girl does. I'm just in awe every time she does something.
That's so lovely. And Ma, you?
I actually found Erin through a mutual friend of ours. Her name is Lizzie. Shout out Lizzie.
It was Lizzie.
Yeah. She had introduced me to Erin's music, and it was just a rabbit hole from there. I fell totally in love with her lyrics, just the way she produces, and her as a person. I think she's incredible.
Lovely. And then I'm going to go to Katie now because I know Katie is who started the HQ. So I just want to know a little bit about what made you start. If you want to talk about when it started, how it started, if you'd maybe seen any HQ accounts before, like what made you come up with the idea of this is something I want to do.
Yeah, so HQ didn't actually start that long after I became a fan of Erin. Like, it was probably like a month after I
Wow.
started listening to her. It was really
Yeah.
fast. But like growing up, like even from like a young age, I literally had fan pages for like everything. It's actually a bit of a problem. There are probably still some lying around on the internet that I don't even
Good
want to
enough.
think about.
Me too.
But like I had seen that. So another artist that I love called Baby Queen. A couple
Mhm.
of my friends I know, they ran Baby Queen HQ, and I was like, oh, I love that. And like from there, I was like, I want to do that one day. So
Yeah.
when Erin came up, I was like, this is like the perfect opportunity. There's like 2 fan pages of Erin possible, like there. And there was only like 2 people on Twitter that I knew that actively stand her, and I was like,
Mhm.
this is it. So I did it. And Erin then messaged me like a few days later being like, I've seen the HQ, like I appreciate it. And that moment I was like, I've made the right decision. Like, I'm so glad I get to do this. And for Erin as well, it's just perfect.
Lovely. It's so nice that you like wanted to do a HQ before and then like you
Yeah.
almost like found the right person. Like that's really, really lovely. And then obviously Ma joined HQ. Do you want to talk about how that happened?
Me or more?
Well, if you want to talk about sort of how you came into contact with Ma and how you decided that, and then Ma talk about the experience of joining.
Yeah. So I remember waking up one day, I think I woke up to a message from this person called Mara, and I was like, I have no clue who this is. But then, like, I read the message, and Erin had actually spoken to Mara and given her like my socials to come and just do this with me. I'm not gonna lie, I did forget that the message was there, so it did take me a couple of months after that to get back to Mar. But literally, as soon as Mar joined me, I was like, this is the dream team. And ever since then, Erin HQ's just grown.
Katie Ma, who everyone seemed to think was a singer, which is hilarious. Had that the other day. I said, "Oh, got Katie Ma," and they thought I said Katie Ma, and they were like, "What singer's that?" And I was like, "Ah."
That really made me laugh out loud
It
when
was
I
so
read that.
funny. Ma, do you want to talk about your experience? 'Cause obviously, so I think you got put into contact through Erin. How did that come about for you?
So I had actually, this was right after I wanted to make a Discord for Erin. I had asked her, it was kind of like a business venture. And I think that was written in my message to her. I was like, this is like a little business proposal. I positioned the Discord and then I said, I'd really like to make an HQ for you. And then she put me into contact with Katie. And yeah, it did take a few months for us to actually like start working on HQ. But yeah, it was super fun. It's been
Um,
super fun. She's actually the best person to work with.
and what sort of made you want to start the Discord server? Like, had you worked on servers before, or was it just because you really liked Erin's music?
I had worked on servers before and um it can kind of made me want to start a Discord for Erin because I saw how impactful it was for other artists. And since Erin was a way smaller artist back then, I thought that it would actually be really good for her to promote her music, kind of connect with her fandom. And it's something that I'm just generally interested in. So yeah, I kind of brought that forward for her, and it's opened so much for HQ itself.
For sure. So if you both want to talk a little bit about what running a HQ looks like for you. So for maybe people that aren't familiar with HQ pages, talk me through what that involves.
It's not a lot, but like keeping up on top of everything, keeping everything organized with the fans, that is a huge like part of it. Like, because you almost get given Erin's fan base then and provide the entertainment for them when Erin's not doing something, which is a gift in itself. But can definitely be a lot, especially when it's like release weeks. Oh
Mm.
my god, release weeks are a lot. We're normally on call for like 2 hours planning what to do a week ahead of releases, and it is so crazy, but it's the most rewarding thing I can possibly think of.
Lovely. Ma, did you want to speak a little bit about what running HQ looks like for you?
For me, I mean, I can't even say what it looks like for me because it is really just a teamwork job. Like me and Katie actually have to do everything if I don't tell her what's going on or if she doesn't tell me what's going on, we're gonna be totally lost.
Mm.
So we definitely have to plan out calls and just text each other 24/7 on, oh, this is happening, that's happening. But yeah, it's just connecting with the fans, kind of making them go a little stir crazy. I think that's the most fun for me. Even here's a little thing. Most of the time, we don't even know what's going on. We just like messing with you. So you'll never actually know. But yeah, it's just making sure that everyone's happy and everyone's kind and we're fostering this sweet, no, it's not little anymore, this sweet, huge community that has
Mm.
grown. And it's just so cute to see.
And do you want to talk about, so where does HQ exist? Like, what platforms are we on?
Okay, we're on TikTok, we are on Discord, of course, we are on Twitter, and we are on Instagram.
And do you think you have like any priorities? Like, is there a place where you put in more time and effort, less time and effort? Like, how would you say you distribute yourself there?
So I think it really depends on who's active where. We kind of had to spread out the Erin official news across all platforms. Twitter is where most of like the younger Erin fans are. Instagram's where the older Erin fans are. TikTok, I want to say, has fallen a bit down because you do have to put more effort into TikTok because you're making
Mm.
videos, you're making posts. And Discord is just a place where everyone's talking. Guys, you know Discord hit 7,000 like
I
in
know.
the scroll.
I know. I saw it was 5 away just before. And what we've all got our little OG
Like
badges. What's that? Is that first
it's
50?
crazy.
I think it's first 50. We were there for the birth.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about how, and as someone, you know, that watches exactly what you guys do, it's just incredible, like the ideas that you come up with. So I know you mentioned this, Katie, about someone asked actually about the first time you were noticed by Erin, and obviously you said about how you got that message from her. And I know that now, you know, with the growth of HQ and, you know, the rise in announcements from Erin as she progresses in her career, it's got to the point where you've been having to keep secrets. So do you want to talk about the first time? I don't know if you can remember, but the first time you had something that you couldn't tell us.
I think the first, this could be wrong, but the first major secret I think I remember keeping was Silver Spoon demo, because nobody really knew it was coming. We knew it was being made. We knew it. We just knew she was up to something. But I do remember the day she did come to us and be like, "Silver Spoon demo, here it is." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I was like, I need the photo that you're gonna have for it to make memes." And then she sent me Christine's spoon picture, and I was like, "That is, I cannot think of anything better for a
Perfect.
photo for that."
And I bet it must be nice, like, having each other in those moments when you're, like, exploding with excitement about things that you can't tell anyone else. Ma, how is it for you having to keep secrets from everyone?
It's it drives me a bit crazy because people tend to wanna find out, so you get spammed. And it's fun because when we're in front of Erin, we gotta be chill. So we're like, oh, this is so cool. Thanks for letting us know. But then me and Katie are just in the back screaming our heads off.
Yeah, I
Going
think that
But
must
we gotta play it cool in front of Erin. Like, but then
obviously.
backstage we're just going insane.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best thing about you joining forces. So like
Yeah.
when you had to keep it all to yourself, like you would probably absolutely lose it. And now I want to talk about some events. So I know you run various events. I've participated in many myself. Do you want to maybe talk through a few, maybe your favorite thing to do? I've got some prompts if you can't think off the top of your head, but I want to let you guys do most of the talking.
One of my favorite events was when we first started opening the Discord, and we had those little intimate, like smaller calls with Erin. And of course, like it's grown massively and more people joined. So it's not that intimate anymore. I remember we had one particular occasion was Erin's birthday Discord party. And we had that gift video for her, a few of us, and it was just so wholesome.
That was
And I
so
remember crying,
sweet.
like, it was so sweet.
Erin
And
was
I just never,
crying.
yeah, I feel like a couple people on that call were crying because it was just so emotional. Like, who knew that this is what the community would be? So that's one off the top of my head.
That's
And
it.
again, and then the station head where we played Timber at the end. That was so.
The station heads are so much fun. And I think you've done a few collaborations with. Do you want to say you've sort of managed to collaborate on those?
No, we've done a collaboration with Devon HQ, Alessi HQ.
Yes.
So it's definitely fun to reach out or get reaching out to by fellow HQs because they're doing the same thing we are, like we are in their shoes. So we're always like happy to extend a helping hand and just collab.
Yeah, it must be nice, like building that like HQ community in the sense that you can like plan these events, and it also I guess builds the Erin community, like bringing in fans from other artists as well, which must be so lovely. And one that we started doing recently as well, film nights.
Yes.
Great fun. And we've also had a few. Well, do you want to talk about what's happening actually tonight? That's quite interesting.
I feel like Mars better to talk about this one because she knows more about Discord than I do.
So what we're doing tonight, we are hopefully listening to Godspeed Extended, which is something everyone's been asking for ages and ages. So I'm happy that it's finally coming out. Erin did a campaign with SoundCloud where you could remix and reimagine her Godspeed song, make it your own. So we're going to be listening to that as well. I don't know how. She's just going to be listening to them. I don't know what she's going to say. I don't know what she's going to do. And then she's keeping secrets, of course, which
Of course.
I hate to admit, but me nor Katie know what's happening when she adds the
I have
smiley
no
face
clue.
to that. So we will see.
I
Yeah,
feel like
exciting stuff.
a lot of the time people think you guys are all knowing. When there is often times where you're as much in the dark as we are.
Yeah.
But that must be fun to play on because
Yeah.
you can pretend as much as you like.
We can
that
pretend.
you know what's going
The moment we see Erin being sneaky, we just hop on that train and just try our best with everyone.
have fun with it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal favorite of mine. We had a whole stint where we were going big on the Wordles, the Erin theme Wordles. They were great fun.
Again, that's more Mars.
Oh,
Mars is
Erin
all the Wordles.
Wordles. Erin Wordles. I don't even know how that came about. One day I just started making them and they were just fun until we actually used it to tease some
That's when it got
things happening.
serious.
Guys, you know what I just realized?
What?
There was one Erin word like that she gave us that was October, and we haven't heard about anything happening in October.
You just like October.
Dun dun dun.
Do we just like October?
Just
I
the
just
live
realized that. Thank you
reaction.
for bringing that back up. But yeah, so we actually teased the theater,
Yes,
which we
that was a
now
big
know
one.
we teased her vinyls, which is insane. So yeah, I think we just gotta knock off October, find out what's happening in October, and
Yeah. And for those who maybe aren't familiar with Erin, the theatre teaser was she composed for the National Theatre inter alia. So that was, everyone was going crazy because we were like, what does theatre mean? And then I think she accidentally leaked a bigger sized image of a cropped image that she posted on Instagram, I think, and it had
Yeah.
the script in, and then we found the theatre or something, and then we all like clocked on to that. So she's always, the Discord is very much used as a source of
Yeah.
which is crazy because to think that that didn't exist like before you guys got on that. Like, where would all our teasers have been? Another thing you guys do is takeovers. Do you want to talk a little bit about why you do those?
So takeovers, we do them so people that aren't at the shows can almost get a feel of what it's like to be at the show, whether it's like questions in the queue, whether it's like updates on the show itself, videos, all that. We always put like a Google form up, which is actually up now if you go into the I'm Digital, I'm Divine tour for every show on the tour. And people always write reasons they should be a takeover. And honestly, it's the best thing ever reading them. Like, I went through 75 of them yesterday. And honestly, it was so incredible to read. That's over double what we got for those last 3 shows in May.
Wow.
It's crazy.
What tough competition.
I know.
That's crazy.
okay, for takeovers, I don't know, it's fun seeing how tour is from someone else's perspective. Especially for people who can't be there, or even if you are there, it's fun to see what's in other people's heads, what they'd like to take pictures of, what they'd like to show, and also something that you might miss when you're there, someone else has gotten to see, and it's just nice for it to be shared.
For sure. Okay. I want to delve into a few challenges now. So maybe what would you say is like the most challenging part of running a HQ? Maybe there's a few things.
There's a big creative side to it that I'd say is challenging. It's like you don't want to be repetitive in what you do. You want fresh content, fresh ideas, and all that. So coming up with stuff, we're always scouring across different HQs to try and like find inspiration from them. Because you just want to keep everyone entertained. That's like what it is, and then you don't want to like everyone to be like, oh, this wasn't as good as this, even though they probably wouldn't be, but in your head it almost does feel like that. So yeah, creative is a huge challenge
Yeah.
when it comes to it.
I'm sure you want to be like proud of what you're making as well. So like you don't want to put out like
Absolutely.
things that you're not proud of. Would you say it's what you expected? Like, because I know you wanted to be a HQ before you made one.
I think I knew what I was getting myself into, but I don't think you realise how much you have to do. Like, when obviously it's grown so fast from like when they first started and there was only a few Erin fans, and then like the speed she's growing at. Like, I feel like I woke up one morning and we had like 1,000 followers on like everything, and I'm like, oh, where have you all come from?
Yeah, for sure. No, I think you say like how much you have to do, but I honestly think it's you guys just run such a good HQ. That's why like it's
Thank
totally
you.
put on like the pressure by yourself. But I think everyone really appreciates it. Ma, do you want to talk about any challenges that come with HQ?
I think the only challenge would be, because me and Katie are full-time working women outside of HQ, I think just trying to find the time to actually sit down and plan, come up with fresh ideas. We don't want to repeat stuff that you guys have already seen and done. I think it's just the planning and finding the time to plan. But when we do, it's just incredible. I think we do create some of the best activities for everyone.
For sure. And do you think it's like what you expected when you got into it?
It wasn't something I was blindsided by. I definitely knew that it would be quite a lot of work, because what we're doing with HQ now is what someone in an agency would be doing as a full-time job. So having to juggle it is something I anticipated, but I think doing it with someone, having Katie by my side, definitely makes it a whole lot easier.
Lovely. Okay. And so I wanted to ask you your favourite HQ memory, or maybe and an opportunity, so things that your memories that you've created from HQ, your favourites, and then maybe things that you've got to do that maybe you think you wouldn't have got to do otherwise.
Through it's not even just through HQ, it's just through Erin herself. Like, literally, we've made the most amazing group of friends. Big brush shout out to, like, everyone. Literally cannot think of any group of friends I'd want more to support Erin with. Um, but also, like, one memory that sits so, like, in my head all the time is when Erin did her hang in it was, like, this year, I can't remember when it was. Was it
Oh,
it
I
was
don't know, I
March.
did go to that one.
It was, like, early this year
Yeah.
somewhere. And I remember being stood in the room. Like, I'd already interviewed Erin that day. It was so lovely. But then later on, I was, so for some reason, stood waiting for someone. I can't remember who. And Anna, who was part of Erin's team, came over and, like, recognized me, which was so crazy because I didn't really know who she was. But, like, to be recognized by someone in Erin's team was, like, actually crazy to me. I just actually can't get over it still. So that is one memory that really sticks with me.
My favorite HQ memory, I think I would go with doing all this with Katie and getting to work with Erin and her team. We know, not to name drop, manager Erin and Anna, they've been kind enough to actually get to know us. And I think it's just great to be a part of something that is actually so much bigger than HQ.
That's really lovely. We have lost Mar. The rain in Seychelles is not pulling through. We did our very best. But for the final few questions, I will just be with the OG Erin HQ, Katie. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about what you think the motive for running a HQ account should be. I don't know if you've seen them, but I know there's a lot of people posting on TikTok now being like, I want to run a HQ account. And there's a lot of artists who will comment and be like, okay, even though they've like never sort of heard their music. So like, what do you think is maybe important, like values and qualities and traits for a person to have before they sign up to run a HQ account?
A big thing I think should be passion. Like, I don't think you should just do it for the sake of it, because I think if the time comes and it gets to a certain point, like, say if, like, now, if someone just got thrown in at the deep end with a HQ, like I am with Erin HQ, essentially, I personally am not sure I'd be able to handle it. Um, the steady growth has really helped that, but I think passion and genuine love for the artist should be the two main things. Don't think people should do it just because they want to be named a HQ or they want to get notices from an artist. I just don't think that is the right motive to do any of it at all.
Yeah. And does running a HQ account, does that link to anything? I know Mar's not here, but I'll speak on Mar's behalf. Mar obviously does social media like as her job, so that links in massively with HQ, which I'm sure is a great help to both of you.
Yes.
Is this linking with anything that you want to do with your like personal goals and your future ambitions career wise?
Yeah. Well, obviously, I was meant to be going to uni to do music, which I did actually get cancelled, but eventually I think end final goal, right, is to eventually make HQ official, which I don't know whether that's in Erin's books anywhere or ever down the line that is something that could ever happen. But if not, definitely working with artists. And this has become such a big help because I don't think without doing this, I'd know what I wanted to do. Like,
Yeah.
previously, I was doing something completely different. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I really do love HQ. And at that moment, I was like, drop out of uni doing what I was doing and now hopefully going to something else.
Just what I did. Pipeline, the best thing to do. But no, yeah, I
Mhm.
think is really lovely that you've, managed to find such a passion through something that is like what you want to dedicate your life
Yeah.
to. So lovely. Um talk a little bit about what's coming up for Erin. So obviously tour is literally next month. What? How did that
It's
happen?
actually
That
crazy.
is crazy. Have you got any plans? Have you been scheming about HQ for tour? Obviously, I know you're going to have the takeovers. Yeah, how have you been preparing?
Um, I think a lot of what we did last time, so that mini mics and all that will be the same. We're well, me and Mara are traveling to Amsterdam for a show which will be well, Mara's first show and my first show ever abroad, which is like crazy. So I think maybe we can try and plan something special for while we're over there. Um, but I think we've got some little stuff planned here and there.
It'll be so special getting to see like Ma finally go to a show as well.
I It's gonna be
Yeah,
insane. I
I think
cannot
it'll be really,
wait.
yeah, really special for Erin too. Obviously, like she makes it so clear how much she appreciates you guys, and as I would too. Like you guys are like the most hardworking. Like the Discord is like to think that it's literally
Crazy.
just run by you guys is like actually incredible. Like it's so professional. Have you got any future things that you want to do with HQ? Is there anything you think, oh, that would be fun that maybe you haven't done yet?
Ooh, I don't know, actually, this is so hard. Um,
Being on a podcast, that ticks one
yeah,
off.
this is first podcast. It's, like, so exciting. Um, like I said, I think long term, official HQ, that title would be incredible.
A blue tick.
Yeah, you can give us a blue tick. But I'm always looking at, like, what, like, the official HQs do, like GAC, well, Gracie HQ, should I say, and, like, Olivia's HQ. I
Mm,
think they get to do so much and eventually love to do stuff like they get to
for
do.
sure, like event planning and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
that
a much bigger scale.
yeah, sounds so fun. Have you thought about, like, putting on any, like, in-person events through HQ? Is that something
We
you would like
actually
to
have we actually have spoken maybe about doing it. My biggest fear is that no one's gonna turn up.
do?
Because mom was like, "Oh, you could do one." I'm like, "What if I get to the place where I wanna do it and there's nobody there?" Um, I think I do. I think people would show up,
Mm.
but it's just in my head being like, "I don't think
Yeah, it's
people are
daunting
gonna
to do
show
the
up."
first one for sure. But yeah, that would be so fun. I think that's definitely heads you in the right direction towards,
Yeah.
getting an official status. Um, have you been recognised as HQ? Have you had people come up to you and be like, "Do you run the HQ account?"
Um, I remember at Erin's London show in May, I was walking down the road away from the venue and somebody walked past me and was like, "It's HQ." Like, it was so funny in the moment because I was like, people know HQ, but do they put the, like, face
Mm,
to the name? But, like, it was so surreal being, like, recognised.
yeah.
It did not feel real.
It was so funny when I met you in October. I don't think I knew you were the HQ then. So to me, you were just
No.
Katie, and I don't know when I knew that you were HQ. I think it must have actually been a few months later that I actually
Yeah.
found out, which is
I
so
kept
funny.
it Yeah, I sort of kept my face away from it
Mm.
for a while, and I literally remember this. I don't think anybody actually knew that I was really HQ there. Maybe a couple of people, I don't know. But I remember I was stood with Nay and Erin grabs my hand and goes, "This is HQ." And I was like, "Oh my God, like nobody knows it's me."
That's so funny. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with
Thank you for
me. It's
having me.
been
Well,
so
us.
lovely. Yeah, it was
Thanks.
so nice to have Ma whilst it lasted, and hopefully we can piece together Ma to be here in some way
Praying.
on
Yeah.
this call. We have had the most adaptive call ever, I think. I don't think anyone will quite understand how long we've been here
It's
going,
been
"Ma, can
crazy.
you hear us? Can you hear us, Ma?" But I think that's the joys of having a very international fan base and HQ. Um, it's like that sometimes, but yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us. Bye bye.